3, 2, 1, go!
Power Drive Rally is an Atari Jaguar exclusive developed by Rage Software and released in 1995. It is the sequel to Power Drive, which was available on most home consoles and computers in the European market. The heart of Power Drive Rally is a long championship mode spanning across 8 unique environments, including England, Arizona, Italy, Finland, Kenya, France, Corsica, and Sweden. The game breaks the season up into weeks and days and ends after 34 events. More impressively, the road surface on which you race actually affects the handling of the car, so racing on snow feels completely different than racing on pavement. Power Drive Rally starts out giving you 28 grand and the choice between a pair of Group N cars, a Mini Cooper S and a Fiat Cinquecento, and then you are off. Week 3 unlocks the Group 2 cars, a Vauxhall Astra or a Renault Clio. Lastly, the Group 1 cars are unlocked in Week 6 with a Ford RS Cosworth and a Toyota Celica. Throughout a season of Power Drive Rally, you will encounter 3 event types. The special stage is just you versus the clock. You will need to complete between 2 and 5 laps around a track before the time runs out to progress to the next event. Rallycross pits you against a single computer-controlled opponent, but is also a race against the clock. You do get a $1,000 bonus for finishing first, however. Lastly, there is a skill test event. This event is sort of like a driving test. First, you must stop at a designated stop line. Then, you will have to reverse into a parking stall. Third, you will have to travel through cones that spiral towards a bullseye center stopping point. Hitting a cone will result in a costly 10-second penalty. Then finally, you must make your way towards and stop in the exit box. After successfully completing an event, you win money. This money is used to repair the damage your car obtained from the event. During the race, your engine will lose power, reducing acceleration and top speed. I never really noticed much handling change, despite the game telling me I toasted my suspension. Lastly, when you crash into things, your headlights will begin to flicker on the night courses. The repair system is done in the most obnoxious way possible, forcing you to press the B button to repair a single % of damage. You must then repeat this process for each part of your car. Get ready to hear this a lot. You also need money to pay the entrance fee for the next race. If you do not have enough money to pay the entrance fee, your season is done and you are treated to a game over screen. If you do not complete a race, you have to repay the entrance fee and start again. Thankfully, you can save your progress between events so you don't have to start your season over every time you run out of cash. This pretty much renders the entire monetary system a pointless waste of time. The balance of the season is a bit off. Most events are of average difficulty, requiring 1 or 2 attempts to pass. Other events are absolutely maddening, requiring repeat attempts to memorize the track, never letting off the gas, and never bumping into any obstacles, and get a perfect run. The last event, which is 5 laps around a brutal course, took me over 20 attempts. The fact that you have to pay an entrance fee with each attempt meant a lot of failure screens and then reloading a save file. The controls are very responsive, and it doesn't take long to master the steering inputs. While the action isn't as fast as other games of this style, it can still be difficult to tell what is coming next. You have a co-driver that barks out what is coming up next, as well as a small arrow to guide you through the courses. It is effective for the most part, but it can still be tough when a lot of consecutive turns all come up at once. It doesn't help that sometimes the announcer is occasionally programmed wrong. The tracks themselves are very detailed, and each environment has its own look and feel. The game looks significantly better than the Genesis prequel, but I don't feel this really shows off what the Jaguar is capable of. It's a good-looking game for sure, but it's hard to believe this was released in 1995, the same year as Sega Rally, on the Saturn. Power Drive Rally does have a few cool effects, including some transparencies. Trees and fences cast shadows, and actually cast them onto the cars as well, a nice touch. There are some night levels with some neat headlight effects that illuminate the track in front of your car. The front tires even rotate left and right as you steer. Some larger car sprites and scaling effects would have really put it over the top. Instead, it has a very 16-bit feel to it. Power Drive Rally has a very generic soundtrack that sounds no better than other 16-bit games. In fact, it sounds a bit cheesy and would be better suited for a Disney platformer. The engine noise is also a generic hum. The highlight of the game sound is the excellent co-driver. The voice samples are crisp, matching modern games well. I would have liked to see some more game options. The practice mode only allows you to race around in a sandbox-like environment, which is all but useless. A time trial mode would have been helpful for the tougher tracks rather than wasting money in continues. The 6 licensed cars are nice, but you can really only drive 3 during a season. A more mature garage feature would have been welcomed, so you could select an appropriate car depending on what the track demands. Overall, Power Drive Rally is a decent racing game, but hard to recommend. The difficulty can be extreme at times, but leaves you satisfied when it's all said and done. The 34 race events will keep you busy for many hours. The graphics are sharp and detailed. In a sea of average Jaguar games, Power Drive Rally sticks out above the rest. Compared to everything else out there, it's merely okay.